I'm a renaissance. I'm a renaissance. I'm a renaissance man. I'm a renaissance. I'm a renaissance. I'm a renaissance man. Yeah, we bring in the revival. Dark ages always end. Dark ages always end. Going back to the tribal. It's the only way we're breaking out this pen.
What's up, motherfuckers? Rich Steve.
The brain cell.
Yo, we got to tell you, we are at episode number 8 of Revival Radio. C-Mass in the motherfucking house.
AKA Critical Mass, bitch.
Brain cell, tell them what we did today.
What did we do today? I can't even remember. I'm pretty buzzed up right now. What did we do?
We started practicing for not one,
yeah, we
but
did.
2 shows coming up. 2 of them. First one, I told you about that previously. That one's on the 24th of September, Gloucester City, New Jersey. We're partnering up with American Championship Pro Wrestling. All-day festival shit. It's going to be
what
fucking
is it?
bomb.
Fucking like 3 to 10?
3 to 10 all day. There's going to be like 5 bands. There's going to be mood and bounces. There's going to be food. There's going to be wrestling.
You know, we're probably going to be the best fucking performance there.
By
including
far.
the wrestling.
By far. We're getting 45 minutes, man.
45 minutes?
Full set. No fucking cut down shit. It's going to be
Last
great.
time we had like 45 minutes was at the Seed, man.
Yeah, man. And not a lot of people went to that one. That was an exclusive.
But that was an intimate session right
there. That was
there,
like one of my favorite shows, by the way, that we've ever played. Like, shout out to Apes of the State. Shout out to the Main Street Sweep. I see you guys with the album all up on Spotify now with the new record label and shit.
VIII, you missed out, bro.
But, you know, but that's not the big news of this week.
What's the big news of this week?
The big news of this week is that on September 30th, Reverb, Reading, PA, your boys, Rich Steve and the Brain Cell, Critical Mass, with fucking 9 Iron, are going to be opening up for the Insane Clown Posse!
Whoop whoop.
And all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I can't even fucking say how stoked I am. So stoked. Thank you for everything. Like, to Reading, to Reverb, I mean, for reaching out to us. Because this is fucking dope. But yeah, those tickets are available now. We have them. They're ready to go. $20. Hit us up. We might have a couple deals for you.
$20 ain't shit.
Hit us up. We got you, man. But that's all for another episode, because I think that it's time that we talk about the nectar of the gods.
Nectar of the gods, son.
Brain Cell, what are you drinking on this week?
I'm drinking on Terrapin again.
Ooh, bringing back the
terp. You might remember the Hopscutioner.
Okay, yes.
That we did a few weeks ago. This is the High Five IPA.
High five.
This is a California style IPA.
High five.
Terrapin is from Athens, Georgia. This one, let me see.
It looks like it's citrusy from the can. Is it citrusy?
It looks like that. I can't even tell, man, honestly.
You've had some, try. So let me know.
This is like number 3 or 4.
Definitely. How is it?
It's definitely got that tart, sour, citrusy.
You're not a fan of that, if I recall from last week.
But this one, I am a fan of.
Oh, threw him a curveball. What's good with that? Why? What do you give it?
Out of 12 ounces?
12 ounces, baby. What's the terp get? Terps.
This one gets a 10.
The terps get a 10? 10.
10!
Fucking A, man. That's a high. That's high for recent, at least.
It is, man. It's fire. Go get you a taste of the nectar of the gods. Terrapin.
As you may...
High five.
High five. This is Rich Dwight Jesus, sorry. But you see what I got here. I got my own nectar of the gods this week.
You do?
What do you got? Some yerba mate, orange exuberance, and lemon elation.
That's by Guyaki.
So fucking bomb, but I'll get into that later. I'll give you our own nectar of the gods on the tea shit right here. I'm almost done my can. It's so good.
Reviews.
Good. You know, I might not drink anymore, but I can still drink this shit, and it is bomb.
Are you feeling mighty?
I am feeling quite mighty. quite mighty.
Stay tuned.
But it's time to name this week's Pro of the Week.
Week.
Brain cell, I'm letting you do this one.
The Pro of the Week this week would be my little sister Paige.
Your little sister Paige. Our biggest fan, by the way.
Number one fan.
Yo, can you show them that picture? Can you, like, take that down in between and show them this?
I guess I could take it down right now.
Show them this. You see, Paige, she's been at every single one of our shows that wasn't 21 and over only since we fucking started.
I can't take it down right now.
All right, we'll get that for you at a later time. Well, maybe we'll put a picture of it up behind us. But she drew this fucking bomb-ass picture that you see behind us. She writes these fucking blogs that are fantastic. She takes almost all of our pictures.
She's a journalist, man.
Dude, she's
a concert addict. She's been to like 100 plus concerts, and that blows me away because I don't even think we probably haven't even been to 100 concerts combined, and we go to a lot of fucking concerts.
That's a lot of concerts, bro, dude. And if you ask her though, who her favorite band is, who do you think she's gonna say?
C-Mass.
C-Mass. Shout out, Paige, like for real, because you fucking are the shit, dude.
She's the one who holds the camera for us.
Every time you see, like, all my profile pictures that I put up from our shows, 9 times out of 10, she's the one who took it. The videos, all of it. She's fucking screaming her head off.
Thanks, Paige.
Even if she's, like, the only one there. Like, she's always there right up front. Much fucking love.
Number one fan.
Much love, Paige, for real. So, Brain Cell, tell me, how are you feeling this week before we start getting into the topic?
I'm feeling, after watching all this Olympic bullshit, I'm kind of feeling brainwashed a little bit.
That's our topic for this week. We're going to talk about the Olympics, but not just what happened, who won, but what it's really about. We're going to talk about
the nitty-gritty.
The opening ceremonies, the closing ceremonies, MK Ultra, you know, all of these little things that we've talked about previously all start to weave together, and it's really prevalent in this episode. There's a lot in here, though. So if there's anything that you don't understand, write it down.
We're just going to keep banging through shit.
You know,
we have a few topics to cover, but at first we're going to just bang through shit.
Exactly.
And we're just going to put pictures up because all these Olympics are straight Illuminati, satanic ritual type shit. And you might fucking be laughing right now, but I guarantee you, if you stick around to the end of this video, your mind will have shifted into a completely new paradigm.
What was the title that you came up with for this episode, Brain Cell?
Illumolympics.
Illumolympics.
It's not the Olympics, it's the Illumolympics. Illuminati Olympics. Illumolympics.
We'll get into that, though. But, coming up for you next, we got a full track that we're about to debut for you.
That's not next.
Oh, that's not next. Next is the video. I'm sorry.
We're going to do a video of a satanic ritual performed at CERN during the Olympics, during the past couple weeks. This might be a hoax, but that's the official story is claimed that it's a hoax, but I feel like that's just a cover story.
I think so too.
It's obviously just a cover story. And some guy caught this event, and as you can see, I'll put a picture up. At CERN, they have a picture or a statue of, do you know who? Kali?
Can you tell them?
The Hindu god Kali?
Can you tell them what CERN is for anybody who doesn't know?
CERN is the particle accelerator.
The Large Hadron Collider.
Exactly. The Hadron Collider or something.
Yes.
It's in like Switzerland, I believe.
Yes.
It's a huge circle of like electromagnetic. They shoot particles into each other at high rates and like they explode into shit.
It's crazy.
It's all a bunch of bullshit if you ask me. I'll put a picture up right now of how CERN And the particle accelerator looks exactly like the Mayan sun wheel.
Yeah.
The sun disk.
So,
the Mayan calendar.
But that's a whole nother topic. Anyway, we're about to get into this video for you guys. We'll be back on the other side to talk about the Olympics. The illumolympics. Illumolympics.
Illuminati.
See you on the other side.
What the fuck? What the? Fuck! Shit! Fuck! Shit!
Alright, we're back at Revival Radio.
Holy shit, man.
Make sure you subscribe to the channel.
That was some crazy satanic shit that we just watched there, Brain. So.
It was, man. I don't know what the fuck that was about. They try and write it off as a hoax, but that's just a cover story, man.
I don't know.
Let's get into the Olympics, man.
Alright, the illumolympics.
Did we talk about how the logos all spell out Zion yet?
No, we did not, and that it's not just Zion, that there's other things involved in the logos as well. Why don't you go into that a little bit?
Well, let me see. In the 2008 in Beijing, that spells out Zion. 2010 Vancouver, that spells out Zion. London, Zion. Sochi, Zion. Rio, Zion. So, what the hell is that about?
That,
Rich Steve.
You see, this is where I have to distinguish. This is where I have to get into this a little bit because I don't want it to come out the wrong way. We're not talking about all Jews. Zion and Zionist Judaism is completely separate from all of that. You know, it's almost like how you have Masons and then you have 33rd degree Masons and the people below don't even know what's going on. It's kind of like that. It's the same thing in the Catholic Church.
Just the people at the top.
Exactly. That's what it is. That's what we were referring to when we talk about Zionism and things of that nature. Zion,
Freemasons, Zionists.
Zion is the Holy Land. So anyway, some other things that were in the logos.
The Leo astrological sign.
Okay.
And the Capricorn astrological sign were also in one of those, which I find pretty interesting. They like to use astrology, gematria,
all this stuff.
A lot of like magical alchemy type things.
Exactly. And these are types of things that come up again and again. You know, you'll start to see, like I said before, all of these start to link together. You'll start noticing the patterns.
Everything will come together.
Exactly. If you stick through, you'll
understand.
Everything
is one.
So, first thing is first, before even the opening ceremonies, they have the torch lighting ceremony.
The torch.
And the torch lighting ceremony is done over in Greece before the flame makes its journey over the seas and across the woods to grandmother's house in the Olympic Village. They start out at the old site of the Olympic Games. where they have a temple erected for like worshiping the sun god and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. They have a bunch of girls, young girls, dressed in white clothes, representing the virgins. They use a little Eye of Horus type thing, even though that's Egyptian, but it's a whole little like scepter type.
Everything goes back to Egypt, and from Egypt it goes back to Sumer.
Exactly.
They just keep recycling the same shit.
And they're taking the sun. They use the sun itself and the sun's rays to light the torch. That's how they do it, and then it continues on.
The torch is symbolic of Prometheus and how he stole fire from the gods to give it to humanity and ended up paying for it, supposedly. Exactly. It's all sun worship, which is Freemason shit.
So now we get into the 2016 Olympics and the opening ceremony. There was a lot of different things that were going on.
A lot of cube symbolism, as you'll see here.
Now, tell them a little bit about what the cube symbolized with the people in the orange jumpsuits.
The people in the orange jumpsuits, what is an orange jumpsuit?
Prison.
Exactly. That's what goes off in your mind when you think of an orange jumpsuit. Prisoners and their slaves. Prisoners, slaves of the system.
Another was the peace sign. The peace sign was a very big one that was used. What does
for
the peace sign?
Like a global warming type agenda, which they've been trying to push in Mad Olympics. They've been pushing global warming shit since like the 70s. Like,
we'll get into the whole agenda.
It's never
21.
been proven. It's all a bunch of bullshit.
We'll get into that a little bit later. But they
the
use
cube
the peace
symbolism
sign.
real quick is symbolic of Saturn.
Correct.
I just want to put that out there.
Now for the peace sign, what does that also represent? I believe it's a broken cross, correct?
Nero's broken cross. Crow's foot. Global warming, man. They're just trying to push this global warming thing, which we'll get to in a little bit. There was $12 billion spent. Yeah. Now this is before we get to that. I want to say one more thing about the opening ceremonies. You have to understand that this isn't just limited to Rio in 2016. You know, if you go to 2012 and the London Olympics, it's so prevalent. You look at the mascots. Blatant.
Look at the mascots from the 2012 Olympics.
Cyclops.
Just straight all-seeing eye. You look at the top of the London like where they were doing the track and field events, and it's all just pyramids. You go to the 2008 Beijing Games, where did they do swimming events at?
In a cube that's made of hexagons, which we'll get to later. What about Rio? What about the Christ Redeemer statue thing?
Exactly.
Like, it's like they're just doing a huge ritual to this fucking statue, which kind of reminds me of the Bohemian Grove owl. You'll see owls all over all these Olympics.
You know, but then, like you were just saying, how in debt did they spend? How much did you say they spent?
They spent $12 billion, and now they're bankrupt.
They were already bankrupt. Brazil and South American countries right now are going through that.
I don't know if you saw, there was a picture that got circulated of when all the Olympic people got there in the airport. There's these people holding up a sign or a banner that said, "Welcome to hell. Police and firefighters don't get paid. Like, beware entering." And like, there's a lot of shit that has to do with like murdering of undesirables, like criminals in the city, just like they did in Sochi with like murdering all the stray dogs.
Like I was gonna say, this isn't limited to 2016. Like he just said, Sochi. Like I was about to say, all of these cities that put on Olympics, they go into debt. Every single time, go and look.
The whole reason why they like bid on like trying to get the Olympics in their country, but then like they ended up fucking losing so much money.
Go look at Athens.
They think they're gonna make money, but they end up losing money.
Go look at Athens from 2004, and you see that all of the stadiums that they built aren't even being used like that anymore, and now the country is completely bankrupt and having the problems that you see in Greece right now. This goes on and on. There's no reason for countries to want to bring this in. It's not worth it.
What do you think happens with all the surveillance cameras that they put up
they stay
after the Olympics are done?
They stay. But then
I just want to say real quick that there were 77,000 people in Rio de Janeiro that got evicted to make room for the event.
Now tell them about how many people were killed.
Riots, and then there was 11 construction workers killed building all this shit, which is the most of any Olympics ever.
But that's not just limited to the Olympics either. You have to look at things like the World Cup, where they're preparing for the World Cup right now that's going to be in the Middle East for the first time. And they have migrant workers that they're bringing in. And these guys are dying. There's even more than the 11 that were killed doing for Rio. They're dying in the heat right now in the Middle East. For what? For a soccer game.
What the fuck?
It's sick. It's for their pleasure, man.
Alright, we're about to get into another track right here. What's this track called, Rich Steve?
This song's called Go Your Own Way. It's from Renaissance Man. This will bring me back up.
We'll pick this back up on the other side.
We'll be right back.
Man, we don't worry about that shit. It's time to turn off the TV, fire up a joint, and vibe out.
Come over here and step inside. Pour a drink, it's hot, oh my. I'm positive this is the time they say the word and we all die. Morale is low, we're fat and dumb. Afghani dope to keep us numb. You work 3 jobs, no income, wondering what you become. You're not a slave, not theirs to own. No longer must you march alone. Don't need their banks, don't need their loans, don't need their cars, suburban homes. Don't need their tax, won't bow to Rome. Don't need their gods or golden thrones. It's the unknown where we reside. We just need you who's down to ride. I must admit I can't commit hip-hop misfit inner conflict, but I stay true. All I can do change your worldview. Step inside, it's up to you.
We don't worry about the outside. We don't worry what they say. We don't worry about the outside. We just going our own way. I'm just rolling on like a stone. You can't see me cause I'm already gone. Can't nothing kill my vibe, I'm too high for them. I'm not a slave, try to take my mind, and I'ma ride on them. I ain't buying what you selling, nah, not today. The television lies, programs your brain between the false flags and shootings. To me it's just plain, I see with my eyes, don't need nobody to explain. I just wanna rock the mic every night and have fun. Spend all summer in the sun, the party's just begun. Never carrying a gun, but I always got a joint, man. Don't listen to the system, remember you always have a choice, man.
I must admit I can't commit hip-hop misfit inner conflict, but I stay true. All I can do change your worldview. Step inside, it's up to you.
We don't worry about the outside. We don't worry what they say. We don't worry about the outside. We just going our own way. Some go left, the rest go right. As for me, man, I'm doing alright. I'm on my own path, you will never bar my way. Obstacles may come, that's when we audible the play.
I must admit I can't commit hip-hop misfit inner conflict, but I stay true. All I can do change your worldview. Step inside, it's up to you.
We don't worry about the outside. We don't worry what they say. We don't worry about the outside. We just go in our own way.
What's up, everybody? We're back. Rich
What up?
Steve, Brain Cell.
Brain Cell.
One more time.
CMAS.
Subscribe to the channel if you made it this far. You're enjoying
Revival
the episode.
Radio.
I want to just talk real quick again.
Yerba mate, motherfuckers.
Yerba mate.
Get up on that shit.
I'm
You can
stealing
find it
some
in
of
the
yours.
organic type aisle in your local grocery store.
15.5.
But where'd we
Out
leave
of
off at? We
15.5.
left off about talking about...
Let's get
real quick into like the Zika thing that they were talking
Okay,
about,
okay.
which is another... You guys remember over the past like 6 years, it's bird flu,
H1N1, swine flu, bird flu, Ebola, SARS, Zika. The list goes on and on.
It's just another bullshit fucking fear tactic.
That's all it is.
Real quick again, I just want to mention that Ellen posted a picture on her Instagram of her riding Usain Bolt.
Yeah, can I say one more thing?
Which is kind of like inciting like a race war, like continuing the race war thing. And she's one of the biggest MK handlers there is, which we'll get to in a little bit.
Can I say one thing real quick too? The water in Rio. Check this out, man.
Check out all the dead fish and the feces.
Not only was the pool that they were jumping into for their diving competitions green from algae and stuff of that nature, then you had, as Braincell just said, you had feces in the water. You know, just a couple years ago, there was an ESPN article. If I can find it, I'll link it up on the page. Talking about the amount of poop that is in the water in Rio and how the locals laugh at us for going into it.
There's actually an article that my girlfriend just posted like the other day talking about all the New Jersey shores. We're on the East Coast over here. And we go to the New Jersey shores and they're all closed down from like twice the level of like feces, like fucking content in the water and all this shit. Like
feces, that's what fish poop. Feces,
so,
right?
I think they're talking about like fishies. Fucking,
but all right, now we got to get to the meat of the topic.
Hold on, one more thing real quick is the fucking they had like a fucking thing that they brought out, kind of like the sun wheel, which was like a picture. It kind of looked like a cave painting of a man with big eyes. And then like a week before this thing happened in the UK, there was a crop circle. In the same exact configuration,
the
just
same
more
pattern.
like
what was the date of the crop circle? The date of the crop circle.
I don't think I have. Oh, July 19th.
Yeah.
In UK. So let's continue now.
Now, as I was trying to say, getting to the meat of the topic, this year was all about USA, USA, USA. How many gold medals did we win, Braincell?
120. Gold medals?
Just medals. How many medals did we win?
We won 121 medals.
How many gold?
46 gold.
That's a lot of goddamn medals. You're not going to tell me that there's something wrong with the medals, is there?
Gold on the periodic table is AU, okay?
You can remember it by saying AU. Where's my gold?
A being the first letter in the alphabet, which is 1. And U is the 21st letter, so 121, which is exactly how many medals the USA won. Real quick, USA Olympians are paid $25K for a gold medal, $15K for silver, $10K for bronze. The IRS taxes the gold medalists up to 10 grand for gold, silver about 6 grand, bronze about 4 grand.
Tell them how much
gold
worth,
medal
Tell them how much
is 1% gold. 92.5% silver, 6.16% copper, and is valued at $600 for a gold medal.
$600.
Silver medal is valued at $325. Bronze is 97% copper,
like
fucking useless. 2.5% zinc and 0.5% tin, valued at $3 for a bronze fucking medal. And they're getting taxed all this fucking money for them. For $3 for a bronze medal, and they're getting taxed up to $4,000. Get the fuck out of here.
Pay to play, man.
Real quick, Katie Ledecky in gematria. We're going to be getting to this more in future episodes.
Some numerology stuff, man.
Her name in gematria equals 666. You can see that right here. Maracana Stadium, which is the stadium in Rio that they're having the Olympics at, is 66 years old this year. They have a fucking pentagram, which you can see right here, incorporated into the fucking layout. Usain Bolt, this motherfucker he made $2.5 million
Let me talk about Usain Bolt.
He got $30 million in endorsements.
Let me talk about Usain Bolt.
Talk about branding.
This motherfucker is not only a confirmed Mason, he has the fucking ring on in this picture, as you can clearly see, but he puts it in your face. Tell him about what he's doing with his little hush symbol.
He's doing the Baphomet. It's like a but it's also the Baphomet. They love to put this up. He does the eyeball thing.
Just when I was watching his gold medal for the 100-meter, as they're going through the lineup for him, when they get to him on camera, guess what he does, Brain Cell?
What does he do? Exactly. You can see that right here. They're branding these people to sell products, not to mention the predictive programming, which is like this, okay? The women, they won 61 medals, 27 of them gold. The men won 60 medals, one less than the women. 19 gold, okay? The women won only one more medal than the men, with 8 more gold than the most gold of any fucking country out there.
Wait, I know what that means. That's promoting the goddess warrior complex, is it not?
It is. Princess warrior fucking shit.
This is the same thing that we talked about in the previous episode, 2 episodes back in episode 6, when we talked about MK Ultra. That's what that is. It's the same thing Disney does.
You can see the predictive programming in movies, which they love to do, like Hunger Games. You know Hillary Clinton's gonna be president this year. They're just setting it up. Like, Trump is just fucking,
well, don't get me started on Trump, man. That's a whole episode I can do myself because of his ties to the Clintons. He has so many ties to them. He's working a shill, for them. Man. He's just trying to take the Republican Party down. I'm sorry, Brain Cell, but I'm a political science major and I get fucking fed up about this. This is our country, man. We gotta take it back, burn it to the ground. Sorry.
So the next topic would be genetic doping, gene doping.
Sorry, I have to calm down for a second. Tell them about gene doping.
That is the transfer of polymers of nucleic acid. And the second definition would be genetically modified cells to enhance performance. They use like a vector virus to for delivery to get this for gene transfer.
If you look up, go onto Google, and there's a couple things you should look up. First, look up gene doping dog. There's these giant dogs that they did to make with gene doping. But the one you really need to look at is the mice experiment. Look for the mice experiment. They have a regular mouse that they worked out on a treadmill. They had one that they shot up with steroids. They had one that they did gene doping for. The one that has the gene doping, it looks like the fucking Incredible Hulk of mice, man.
Yo.
That's the type of shit that they're getting into. We're going to go into a first contact track. It's called Light Up the Sky. We got a couple verses down. We'll let you know when it's ready. Be right back.
Check out these bars.
Yeah. We shine forever. Brain cell. We're gonna shine like the sun, and fly like a bullet from the barrel of a gun. Burst in the sky like a light show. My people go supernova, same color as the pipe glow. Full of stars that y'all are never seeing. These bars in my heart are beating. Try to take them all away, then I'ma get bucked. It's the love of my life, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I'm stuck in the shadows, dreaming of a better day. Never really knowing what life will throw my way. All I know for sure is the time is now. That's why I'm present in the moment, never throwing in the towel. I wanna be an example, something more than human being. Make music that's timeless, show you where the grass is green. Be your light in the darkest of hours. Show you that the people are the ones with the true power.
Now is our time. We shine together. We shine wherever. Now light up the sky. Now is our time. We shine forever. We shine wherever. Now light up the sky.
Stay shining like I was a diamond. Been doing this for years. Now I wonder where the time went. No longer doing this for me, I'm doing this for us. Make the world a little brighter every time I buzz. For far too long I was lost in the dark, trying to glue back together pieces of a broken heart. But I'm back now, this my first contact. I've reached critical mass and I'm never going back. My people, it's time to sing along. Take my words to your dome like a hit from the bomb. Breathe out and repeat after me. I'm down for life, I'll die for the family. We light up the sky, 4-in-1 constellation. Planetary evolution is our only motivation. Not seeking salvation, already been saved. I'm just showing the way to all those who are slaves.
Now is our time. We shine together.
sky, light up the sky. We in the clouds so high, flying any weather, never die. You can't beat my team, so don't even try it. Stick together so you know we down to ride. It's first contact, I told you we the baddest. Kill the track and bring it back to life for the masses.
And we're back, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're about to get into some of the real heavy shit right now. We're going to finish up with gene doping. We're going to get into a little bit more. Once again, we need to clarify. We're going to finish up
with the Gen of 21. We're going to get into gene doping right now.
I just want to say that we're going to finish up what we were saying with gene doping.
Oh, yeah, my fault. Okay.
I want to just, again, clarify we're not talking about Jews. We're talking about Zionist Jews. Right. Yeah, I know. But anyway, get into real quick what we're talking about when we say gene doping.
We are talking about the transfer of nucleic acid and genetically modified cells to enhance performance, basically. Dopers remain 10 years ahead of testing. There's an example because there's a hormone called EPO, which you can see right here, that boosts red blood cell count, which boosts endurance. That's been in use for over a decade before a reliable test was introduced in 2009. It only stays in the system for a matter of hours, okay? And low doses are almost impossible to detect. This is some super athlete shit. It's like what Captain America, Super Soldier. This is tying into some Project Paperclip, which we also talked about.
It's kind of like a lot of what
That's how everything comes in together here.
Lance Armstrong talks about this stuff a lot, and he talks about how he would take out his own blood and then, shoot it back up, put the blood back into his body because it gets the red blood cells and the oxygen going for you. He knows a lot about this stuff. A really good interview with Jason Ellis. I recommend looking it up where he talks about that. But
I saw one of him on Lance Armstrong on Joe Rogan's podcast, which was fucking incredible. That's worth looking into. So
yeah, man, definitely check him out.
The next thing I have on my list here is that 118 Russians were banned from the Rio Games under suspicion of state-run doping.
It was an embarrassment for Putin, and he knows that.
67 banned. Only of the track and field team. Only one of the track and field team was allowed to participate.
Now that was all left individually to each federation, the track and field federation, the basketball federation, etc., to decide which athletes they were going to allow in.
Another thing real quick I want to get into because the fucking mainstream media plastered it all over the place is the ancient Egyptian healing technique of cupping.
Cupping.
This is used to reduce soreness in muscles and causes local inflammation, which jumpstarts the immune system, which while also stimulating healing.
Right.
It relieves sore muscles for up to 72 hours with just one fucking treatment. I would consider that almost cheating.
Almost. But if everybody's doing it, is it really cheating? If that's getting you the same advantage that everybody else has?
You see all these pictures of the bruises all over people's backs, Michael Phelps, all these swimmers and shit. Do you want to get into a little bit of the Ryan Lochte scandal?
This is just ridiculous. This is
a controlled event, right? This is a lot like MK Ultra, like we talked about.
This is a lot like the this day
just
in
look
September.
At the color of his fucking hair. He reminds me of James Holmes.
He's a fucking douchebag.
Which is another thing. Like in the London Olympics, they had a Batman and Robin reference. Which was like the same year that James Holmes did the Dark Knight shooting. So,
but anyway, so Lochte, as we all know, or if you don't know, I'm telling you now, originally claimed that he was held at gunpoint. Some of the other swimmers were. It was all fabrication, not true. But it's some MK Ultra shit. They were programming him. Same thing with Michael Phelps. Watch the video of Michael Phelps sitting poolside. And then how he just switches real quick into that fucking mode. Has that face on, like.
Looks like he's possessed.
He's exactly what Kathy O'Brien was talking about.
A handler set him off.
Exactly. He's exactly like Kathy O'Brien was describing with the visual acuity and the way that he's able to navigate the water, the way that he thinks about every single thing that could go wrong before the swim meet even starts. He already analyzed every situation. He admits this himself. But anyway, I'm getting off track.
Just look at how there's all this shit, like you can see right here about how his body is perfectly made for fucking swimming. And his legs are short, his torso's like this, and his arms are... Aren't your arms supposed to be exactly how tall you are? But his are like 4 inches more longer than how tall he is.
So anyway, let's get into...
Okay, go
Let's get into Agenda 21 real quick.
Agenda 21. This shit is the core of this episode right here.
Okay, get into it.
This is climate change governance right here.
This is depopulation, people.
Agenda 21 equals sustainable development, which is a Trojan horse for world fascism, orchestrated through the United Nations.
One world government. This is the New World Order.
This shit was agreed to at the 92 Summit Convention in Brazil, which is kind of funny how the Olympics are in Brazil this year.
Tell them how many people they want to reduce the population by.
They want to reduce the population to under 500 million, as you can see by the Georgia Guidestones.
I actually referenced that on the first album, on From the Ashes. I say, I want to thin the herd out. Like I'm a reptilian, talking about that kind of stuff.
Back to a little bit more of Agenda 21. They want to use saving the environment as a means to justifying deindustrialization.
Deindustrialization.
My fault. The end of democracy, which is some more fucking Orwellian type shit.
One world government, one world religion. They want to
end national sovereignty, reshaping the world into regions like the Hunger Games, like different sectors. State management of all land resources, ecosystems, oceans and fresh water, agriculture, fucking everything, man. Abolition of private property. They don't want to let you have a car. They don't want to let you have your own household. They are fucked.
Tell them about how they're going to do some of this depopulation.
A big thing would be
the weather control.
The weather control, the HARP fucking shit.
That's one that's a big one. You look at the FEMA camps, you look at all of that kind of stuff that are set up all around this country. That's what that is. That's Agenda 21.
They say the only way to sustainability is by using less of everything. In other words, world rationing, which is less water, less electricity.
Which they're already doing in some places, like in California. They say it's because of the drought, but they're able to control drought conditions, as we talked about in previous episodes with geoengineering, so that they can then control how much water you use.
They want to have smart, sustainable cities, with complete tracking and surveillance of everything. They want to have stacking packs like in Rio, how the favelas, everyone lives in an apartment complex. They don't have cars, they just ride bikes.
It's like in China where they're living where they work at iPhone companies and things of that nature, where they're all in these little apartments together.
The government's going to tell you what job you have when you're born, like in the book The Giver. Data mining, smart grid, one world government. This is all about the New World Order right here.
This is exactly what they want, But, and then we can go into more. We can do a whole episode on this kind of stuff.
There's a whole lot of shit in the London Olympics in 2012. Like, you'll see that right here. Like, that shit is just blatant, in your face.
Exactly.
Illuminati symbolism,
the closing ceremonies, the Paralympics, the Super Bowl, the Grammys, the MV, Music Video Awards, all of this, man. It's all the same stuff. We'll be back next week with a very special episode for you.
So we'll leave far from home, far from home. All round and round.
write it home. The words, those lyrics, and a knife in my stomach, I was bound to feel it. This wine's my blood, so you're drinking my spirit. Lost in a home where we feel more fearless. Clarence, where we sell ourselves short. Shelved by the ones we loved and hated more. Meet me halfway and it's nothing but love. I am higher than the clouds when I rise above. Pouring water down the drain, I won't sleep. Searching for a soul I think I wanna keep. I missed a call from you last week, but haven't returned it. I'm not who I used to be. La-da-dee-da, I'm far from that melody. Humming sweet nothings in the air for a better dream. Landed in the paradise, sipping while I go to sleep. This is a song for my people, please sing with me.
So will we, far from home, far from home. Like the river runs, so will we, far from home, far from home.
I always ran away, but I took myself with me. Never found a home, cause nobody gets me. 3 years later, now I am the best me. You're stuck in my head, I don't let it upset me. Over and over, I was hitting rewind. Being stuck in the past only gets you left behind. I was down, I was out, now I recognize I'm a higher being, I am alive. You don't know who I am, you just know my name. Take one listen and you'll know I'm at the top of my game. And I'm not even close to hitting my prime. Negative emotions turn to positive vibes. Some say I turn my back, that's probably true. So I can find myself, I had to leave all of you. Close the old book, open to a new page. Forget all you learned and prepare to be amazed.
So will we, far from home, far from home. Like the river runs, so will we, far from home, far from home.
Pouring water down the drain, I won't sleep. Searching for a soul I think I wanna keep. I missed a call from you last week, but haven't returned it. I'm not who I used to be. La-da-dee-da, I'm far from that melody. Humming sweet nothings in the air for a better dream. Landed in the paradise, sipping while I go to sleep. This is a song for my people, please sing with me.
Yeah, let's put one in the air. Wave it around like you just don't care. I've reached a zone you can't penetrate. Now every single day I meditate. I'm generating love, stopped emanating hate. A renegade heart above the petty games. There's something about a track when it all fits into place that makes me see I'm where I'm supposed to be, man. All you ever do is lie, lie, lie. Get back, make room, just die, die, die. Like the river runs, son, I'm in motion. So far from my source, I'm almost to the ocean. A social runaway, praying for a better life, but hiding from reality kept me at a lesser height. I pulled a lever, now I'm flying on a zephyr, severing ties and headed toward the sun.